Hey friends, welcome back after this small break, and we came to second part of money magnetism, how to create and how to magnetize money in our life. So let's go with beautiful secret. Binduji, welcome.
Thank you for having me on the show. It's a great pleasure to be here today. So, as we were delving into the greatest secrets of all the successful people in the world, we've learned about five secrets. Now, let's go into the sixth secret. The sixth secret is create something that will help beautify the world and will attract a fortune for you. So, what does that mean? So, there's a beautiful story of a man named Henry Roosevelt, and using this magnetic secrets, he decided that he wanted to do something that can really beautify the world. So what he did was, at that time, many years ago, there was tremendous competition about the gowns. The women used to wear beautiful gowns. They were very, very expensive. They were $100. This was many years ago. $100 at this time maybe is a lakh rupees or equivalent to yeah. But what he did was he came up with this beautiful idea. Why can't I sell this flannel gowns? Those gowns that brides wear, very beautiful gowns. He thought, why can't I sell it at a very less price, right? So what he wanted, because he had a vision that why don't we see all the women wearing these beautiful gowns? Because women are an embodiment of beauty, and wearing these beautiful gowns, beautify this woman much more, right? So he started creating his orders, and he started his production where he was selling these gowns at a very less price. He started selling each gown for $9.75, which is a very, very, it's a rock bottom price. So he first sold 5,000 flannel gowns, and the first order came from New York's best one of those best high street shops. And this is when he sold 5,000 gowns. And then at that time, he did not even have a piece of invoice to even write up the order. And then that was the beginning. From that beginning, he went from selling of just 5,000 gowns to selling thousands of gowns, where his gross order per year valued up to $15 million dollars a year. So you can see how he rose up from selling a cost of $9.75, and then he made an order of $15 million in a year. He became one of the biggest men in that industry at that point in time. So this itself proves that we can do anything that you do with a desire to the humanity, or if you do something with a desire to help other people, or in this example, he had a desire to make people look beautiful, right? So this is the desire that he had. So now he became one of the millionaire at a very young age. So he was only 35 years old at that point in time when he became a millionaire. So this itself shows that when we have the desire to either do something good for the society, or do something good for, or bring beauty to the world, there is no stopping. You have some great ideas coming through your subconscious mind, and this will eventually attract money to you.
So beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. This is like a wonderful secret which I loved personally. And what is the seventh secret here?
Yes, the seventh secret is one of the quickest way to magnetize your brain center is through the expression of faith. So now, a faith on what is faith then? Have faith in yourself first. Know that you will attract the fortune that you desire. Like I said, what is desire? Desire is a spiritual charge, right? You're sending out to the universe. So now, when you have faith in yourself, who are we? Having a faith in our own self, we are nothing but spiritual beings come to this earth for a human experience. So we are nothing but a reflection of what. So we need to have faith in ourselves first. And then, second, have faith in the product. or the service that you are offering to the world, right? It's very important, having faith in what you're selling. So if you don't really have faith in what you're selling, you will never attract fortune. So there's one example I'd love to give is, there's a story of a salesperson in New York who was actually selling a pair of shoes. He was very timid. He was always negative about himself and, constantly felt that he was not even impressing the customers with what he's selling. Why? Because he didn't have faith in himself nor the product, right? So then he started studying a little bit more about, successful people. How did they do? How did they succeed in life, attracting wealth and abundance? Then he had a aha moment, and then he started learning and following the people who has been succeeded. So the one easiest way to, for us to become the person who we want to become is to replicate the successful people. And this is what exactly we're learning. We are learning the secrets of the successful people in the world, where we can also, by replicating what they have done, we can also become that, right? So what he did, this timid shoe person, or the salesperson, then went into a course where he learned about the principles of how to sell. So all he've learned is to change the way he looked at himself. So when you change your self-image, again, I keep referring back to self-image. What holds us back is our own self-image. So what is a self-image? Self-image is nothing but an impression about our own self. So this shoe person, or the shoe salesperson, was very timid. He did not have confidence in himself. He did not believe in the product he was selling, nor he had faith in the universe. So this is why he was failing. Once he changed his self-image, he took courage to go for this course and began to have faith in himself. He became one of the best salesmen in his field, and within 6 months he started selling n number of shoes, and his salary from being few $1,000s became $45,000. So can you see what changed his life is the faith. Faith is approach towards selling changed, his faith in himself changed, and then he had faith in the universe. He opened his eyes to the hidden potential for greater success.
Yes. So faith plays really great role, uh, even in our life. We can see when we don't trust a process, when we don't have faith in a particular thing, that thing we don't attract even. So thank you for this beautiful 7th secret for sharing. And what is the 8th secret?
The eighth secret, the most powerful method of building money magnetism, is to use the power of visualization and project those mental images of the things you want in your life, right? So it is very, as I said, the psychic ability, one of the psychic ability for us is to visualize, imagination, right? But what is visualization? Visualization is to visualize a life you want to live. There is something called the art of fantasia in Italian, right? In Italian, it is called the fantasia, is because you use your mind to create. It's a mental exercise to create what you want. So what you do in this is basically you sit quietly and hold the image that you want in your mind. So what is the image would you hold? The image you would hold is what the desire, the life you want to live. Say for example, if you want large sums of money, like $10,000 or so, you can for maybe for 5 minutes sit down and visualize yourself getting that money, and then you can mentally use your mind to spend that money on what you want. Say this art of fantasia is different from mere act of imagining, because what it would be like if you have that money. The art of fantasia is, this is, as I said, it is known in Italian, is your mental project. You use yourself to create the future scenes and actually experience that emotional impact in yourself. Say, for example, Kavita, you would love to buy a designer handbag, for example, right? And designer handbag would cost, quite expensive. Say, it could cost no less than $5,000, $10,000. So if you were to want to have that beautiful handbag, it's just going into your imagination, closing your eyes and just imagining that you have $10,000 and visualize that you're spending this money to buy this beautiful handbag, and just feel as if you have that handbag, and you're going out, and you're enjoying that handbag, and just going out with friends with that handbag. So this is how you visualize things, right? So you might visualize yourself even winning a lottery, for example, or you can see yourself whatever you want. Just use your mind to visualize things that you want. And there's many successful people in the world who has demonstrated this in the history. The art of fantasia works like miracles. And it is when you use this visualization, you're impressing your subconscious mind to create whatever you want.
Yes, so the art of fantasia is nothing but the fantasy we need to imagine, and the story, that happy moments that, yeah, we have that money and we are spending and we are enjoying with that handbag or whatever we want to attract in our life. It's a really beautiful, and that imagination itself, it's having a beautiful dream come true.
I think in this, I'll love to give an example of this famous American actor, Jim Carrey. So, Jim Carrey was somebody as a child who was, born in a very poor family, and because he did not have money, but he had a great dream to become something very big. He loved acting, he loved making people laugh. And because his mother was very ill and his father was an accountant, but they could not make their ends meet, what he did was he left his schooling and then he went to work in a factory. But every day on coming back on his from the factory, on his way, he used to sit by the beach and he used to look at the universe, and he wrote himself a check of $10 million, and he used to visualize this check every day. And one day, although he was working in a factory, but he did not leave his hope of becoming a great actor. He attended every contest where he could go and express himself and make people laugh. Although he had many setbacks, but one day he had a standing ovation for his done for his speech or this acting and how he made people laugh. And one great day, he was he used to look at Hollywood, the words of Hollywood, and visualize himself that being he himself being a great actor and getting a check of 10 million. And one day there was a director who hired him, and the first check that he got was 10 million for his acting skills. So can you see how beautifully people use the skills? It's all about the imagination. It's all about invoking the senses that we have. So this is how Jim Carrey became very popular in his movie, and he's got his 10 million check for his great acting skills.
Yes, and I think this tip is very much popular these days, and whoever teach this formula or whatever we say, the secret, we should be very particular about the figure, even how much we want in our life. So we should be very even creating such check and visualizing that we got this money. So this is even I learned few years back this thing. So this is beautiful.
The next wonderful tip we have is, which is the tip number 9, is the secret number 9. Rather, it is the most of the world's richest men magnetize the brain centers to the quality of resourcefulness. So, what that means is, they did not always accept the limitations of their times, or they, although they had many discouragements all the way through, they did not give up what they wanted to, right? So this is why it's very important. So resourcefulness is the ability to find quick and clever ways of overcoming challenges to achieve your goals, right? So although you might not have limited resources, but you got to be sure that you are moving forward to achieve your goal. I think one great example I think we see in nowadays is the example of Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. Jeff Bezos is known for his relentless innovation and resourcefulness. When he started Amazon back in 1994, he started it just like an online bookstore. And then he transformed it into the world's largest e-commerce company, right? Offering wide range of products and services. Is there anything that we don't get on Amazon nowadays, right? We get each and everything. So Jeff Bezos' ability to adapt to the changing markets conditions and his focus on long-term growth and have contributed to this immense wealth. So this is a great example that we can learn from the history, that you don't need to limit yourselves. You got to change yourself through resourcefulness.
Yes, definitely. And what is the next and last foremost important secret out of these 10 secrets?
The last and the 10th secret is one of the most magnetic properties which you can put into your mind is enthusiasm. Without being enthusiastic for doing what you want to do, you can never attract anything, right? It is basically an emotion that will reach out and magnetize with the same quality of enthusiasm that you have. So every day practice projecting be enthusiastic to what you want to do. Practice it every day. So when you approach, for example, if you're a salesperson and you're approaching a prospect, make sure you try to show that enthusiasm so that they really love to work with you, right? This is one of the important thing. And there's many examples that we see from all the successful people, based on their experience, how they have magnetized wealth into their life is only by being enthusiastic, right? So one of the example I love to give is Steve Jobs, for example, because I'm using this MacBook. I love to give this example. He's a co-founder of Apple. Steve Jobs was known for his infectious enthusiasm and passion for innovation, right? His enthusiasm for creating groundbreaking products like iPhones, iPads, computers, all these was something that has magnetized wealth into his life. So being enthusiastic to what you want to do is the one of the greatest secret that we really like to learn and adapt, so that we can also replicate what these great people have done in this world right now.
Yes, definitely. So, this example and the example of Steve Jobs is really very inspiring. It's really great to know a lot of secrets, but it would be always great if you can, just summarize it and give the main, most important tips to the people who can just practice in their day to day life.
Absolutely. So, magnetism, money is nothing but a man made commodity, right? It's subjected to the laws of economics as well as a law of magnetic attraction. So, the law, just like the law of gravity or law of magnetism, works to keep that, our this is the magnetic field that keeps the planets revolving in the right position. So, if we want to magnetize money, we do have the power to become like one of those great people in the world. So, the rich people in the world are those who stir the magnetic centers in the consciousness of others through service. So, if you want to become rich, always be useful to other people. So the love for money is not the root of all evil. It's the desire, it's the greed of having money is the root of all evil. Because this is a myth that we have, that money is the root of all evil, but it is not. So it is a greed. It's if you have a greed that money should only belong to you, that is the root of all evil. So then we have the power to become like all the successful people in the world by practicing all these secrets that I've just told you. So it's important that, the 10 tips that I've given you so far, it's important that you try to practice it every day. So one of the most important tip, like I told, is a desire to do good for the people in the world, and do good for something to help you and help others in the world, right? The second tip is make sure that you are using your creative imagination. This is a gift that the creator has given us, that separates us from other animal kingdom. They can't be creative, they can't imagine. So be creative with your imagination. It is a gift. It's one of the psychic abilities that God has gifted us with. And always dream big. We have so many opportunities in this world. Always be brave to dream big, to achieve what you want. And again, don't be restricted yourself with what you can achieve. There is infinite opportunities and unlimited possibilities. So to bring fortune into your life, always have that uninterrupted vision and unrestricted vision for yourself. And to help other people find a basic need. What is the need that people want? One of the things that people really need now is peace of mind. Mental health is a very big need for human beings now, because with advancing technology, we see people are not being happy, because a lot of children going into depression purely because of social media, and having gadgets in their hand is actually taking off their imagination. So, what is that? How can we help people in this world? Is something that we need to think about if we want to become rich. And create something that the world needs. What is that the world needs? Can you beautify the world in one way or the other? So, create a product or create a service that they can help to beautify this world. And again, faith in the universe, faith in your own self, and faith in the universe is the driving force that helps you to become the person who you want to become. If you want to attract wealth into your life, always have faith in your own self and have faith in the universe. And then the visualization, like the art of fantasia, visualizing yourself as the person who you want to become, is a secret to become rich. And then using the quality of resourcefulness, be resourcefulness is being the person that do not accept limitations, but make yourself, expand yourself to what you can become, right? So very important. And lastly, and be enthusiastic to what you want to do in life. Just don't do it because you want to replicate somebody. Are you truly following your passion? Enthusiasm will only come when you follow your passion. Did you discover what is your passion? Are you opening your gifts to the world? Because we all are gifted by this creator with unique gifts. We all are unique, we all are different. So we have that unique gifts that's been given. Have you ever tried to open your gifts? To open your gifts, the first and foremost thing is going into meditation, calming your mind. Until unless your mind is not chaotic, you cannot open your gifts. So find space for yourself, find time for yourself, calm your mind, open your gifts, and then if you can do that, there is no limitations to what you can achieve in this world.
Yes, definitely. The entire summary is really bunch of, messages, great messages, that why we really need money. First thing, the purpose and reason should be very much clear, and it should be very close to divinity. That thought of helping others, that is the biggest cause, and divine cause, definitely. And having that enthusiasm, as you said, so that consistency and practice, just not to have a dream, just to not have just visualization, but working for it is very much important. And here I want to add one thing: the kids, children, how they manifest. So it's not just they demanded certain thing, a bicycle, and their parents would get it. If it is the reason, then there are so many kids, they don't get what they want. So there are very fine rule that having faith. So we can also meditate and we can work on it. If we meditate, we can manifest anything. That Patriji did without having a single rupee, without having money in his pocket. He manifested a lot of things, biggest pyramids, and so many people are with him now, and they are working for this wonderful cause.
Absolutely. So it's all about, when, like you said, the greatest example is Patriji without having a single rupee in his hand, with this, that will, that imagination, everything happened, right? So in the same way, whenever we want something, they say that, if you want something, like when you're babies, you ask your parent without being fearless, you ask, I want this, I want that, right? In the same way, if you want something, be fearless to ask the universe what you really want. It is only when you can only enter the kingdom of God when you become a child, right? In the same way, if you want something, be fearless to ask anything to the universe, because universe is unlimited. Like, I talk about this from the Science of Getting Rich. That's a beautiful book again by Wallace D. Wattles, and he talks about how we can attract everything in life. How can we attract wealth? How can we become rich in life? By following certain principles. Again, it's a desire to do good to the humanity.
Yes. And yes, the thought power. Here, as you mentioned, there are 4 types of thoughts. So, having that miraculous thought and very much clear reason about that why you want this thing. Do you have clear cut imagination power that you want this particular money for this cause and for the sake of uh, humanity, you can say, or divine cause? So 10 examples you have already given. From there we can learn that why we need this money. So thank you Binduji for coming and sharing a lot of things, and people are learning a lot from this series of conscious creation, and this is one of the best series, best episode, I must say. Thank you.
Thank you, Kavita. Thank you for having me. I'm sure the viewers will really enjoy this session because it's taken from the life histories of many successful people in the world. So, like I said, the only way we can also become like them is by replicating what they did. That is the shortcut, right? So, I'm sure this information will be quite helpful for them to become what they want to become in their life and live their dream life. Thank you.
Thank you so much once more. And friends, I request you, please share this video, because I know you want your near and dear one to become rich enough, not only financially, but with the right thought. And when you have a right thought, you will definitely manifest in a right way too. Thank you for watching this episode, and please like, share, subscribe, PMC English. Thank you so much, friends.
Thank you, Kavita.
Thank you, Binduji.